About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night prime time. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. Under center is a 6'2", 225-pound signal caller, Aaron Rodgers.
There have been very few quarterbacks in the NFL who have been as consistent throughout their career as Aaron Rodgers. He's been good for so long, and we've seen no decline in his skills. His accuracy and arm strength continue to elevate the talent around him, and his in-game mistakes, few and far between.
2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Throwing is Rodgers. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at 3rd down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback too.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. To throw is Rodgers. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Trey Hendrickson, 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Corliss Waitman now. Charlie Jones deep for Cincinnati. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Here come the Bengals, and CD, of course, it's Joe Burrow out of LSU at quarterback.
Hey, we all love a good story, and what we like even more, guys who can fight through adversity. Joe Burrow coming out of high school, goes to Ohio State, doesn't get a chance to start, transfers to LSU, not thought to be a top prospect, ends up the #1 pick in the draft, and justifies it. Tremendous play, excellent mobility, and leadership off the charts.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4 on 2nd down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Open man downfield is Chase. He's got it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success.
Here we go.
Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know the security point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
180. Hot. Hot. Stop.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets them up now 1st and goal.
And the Bengals.
Here we go.
1st down.
Hot.
1st and goal at the 4-yard
180.
line.
What is that? Start.
Brown. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can...
And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Evan McPherson for the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt dead, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Rodgers going to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. It was Myles Murphy who fired in and got him to the ground.
He was brought down by Myles Murphy. It's 3rd down.
Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again 3rd and long now. Rodgers now to throw. He'll try and do this himself. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. On 4th down, Corliss Waitman on to punt. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. On the return is Jones. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown. They got the stop, and now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you gain it? Can you press it? Now for them, finishing it off, because right now it's out there for them. They've just got to go seize it.
This 2nd and 4.
Gun. Start. 180. Start.
Running right, here's Brown. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Here we go. Start.
And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And he's going to go backward. They get him behind the line. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. Now, they try to catch him by surprise there on 3rd down, but this defense, they were all over the jet sweep.
And it's oftentimes all about what you're doing on the backside of the defense, whether it's the defensive end or the outside backer, who's setting the edge. And if they don't get blown off the line of scrimmage,
Here we go.
they can really wreck a play. And in this case, they were able to make the tackle for a loss as a result.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
9 yards. That's good for a Bengals
Here we go.
first down.
Draw play for Brown. Pushing his way through. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 42 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
They go right back to the ground here, and Brown. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
First and 10.
Right back to Brown. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. They'll try and run it in with Brown. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Chase Brown with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bengals go up by 2 touchdowns. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
McPherson on for the point after. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run.
McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Now Rodgers. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. A good convergence there defensively. Only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them. Maybe it'll slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
2nd and 9. Now run straight ahead with Warren. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Throwing now is Rodgers. Lets it fly for Thielen. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. 4th down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And it may just be the 2nd quarter, but he's in his zone well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. 75 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard.
Wide 80.
Now Burrow. That's complete. It's Mitchell Tinsley. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
In the backfield by himself is Brown, second and goal.
Right 80.
Burrow will throw. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Noah Fant there to make the grab. And the Bengals will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
And McPherson on for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's Noah Fant who caps things off with the touchdown. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Steelers taking over now late in this first half. And I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. Now it's Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
At the 31-yard line.
Now 2nd and 5. Here's Rodgers. That completes it again to Metcalf. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 38-yard line.
The Steelers first down.
And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock. Here's 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. To the sideline and incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
The throw out wide going to be incomplete. That'll bring bring up fourth down as his Cincy defense stands up on third.
How about the coverage we just saw him break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
On fourth down, the Steelers call on Corliss Waitman to punt. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the This is the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
On one, ready?
Just 11 seconds to go in the half as they have it 1st and 10.
Here we go. Right, 80.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Looking deep here for Chase. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
Here we go. Right, 80.
Not wanting to take a chance this time. They'll keep it on the ground. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. And we welcome all of you back here on EA Sports for quarter number 3. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Bengal offense now with the football first here to begin quarter number 3. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
Here we go. Stop.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He will find his man Chase complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in their second half blowout material. They go play action with Burrow. And he whips that one incomplete there.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
Here's Burrow. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 12-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed in the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets. Because
he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Mike Gesicki, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Bengals take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
You got it figured out by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money, in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
McPherson now for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. 5 plays there on that drive. And it all concluded with a touchdown pass to the tight end, Mike Gesicki. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. Looking to put a drive together. On play action, now Rodgers. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
Steelers first down. It's a gain of 17 yards.
On play action, Rodgers. No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him.
Here we go. Side. 180. Side.
They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2.
2nd and 7, operating from the 34.
Here we go. Side.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first.
180. Place hot. Hot. Side.
Burrow looking to pass. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about. NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over, and it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of play.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now Rodgers. Under pressure, they got him again. Miles Murphy bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Setting up the screen with Gainwell. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
The Steelers send out their punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Jones on the return. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Bengals offense and running back Chase Brown set to take over once more. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying. But nothing that they have done has worked so far. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
At the 39-yard line.
180.
Now it's Burrow. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Cincinnati. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Gun. Shot. 180. Right shot. Shot.
Now it's Burrow. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Burrow going for it on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Here's Rodgers to throw. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to it.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. To throw, it's Rodgers. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. With this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the fourth quarter. Should rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
A quick target here, complete to Metcalf. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football, and the Bengals grab it, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through, and that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 46.
180. Stop.
They defer to Brown to start the drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brandon, at some point, these defenders absolutely have to say, we've just got to make a stand. We've had enough of this.
Giving up a lot of points in this game, but look better on that play. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Gun. Stop.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Open man is Chase, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Stop.
This is Brown going up the middle. And he's brought down to the red zone at the 18 after a gain of 18. 1st and 10.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Here we go. 180. Wait up. Hey, check on ball. Stop.
They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. Deshaun Elliott up to make the play defensively.
Deshaun Elliott there on the tackle. A 3-yard pickup.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They'll come up 2nd and 7.
Here we go. 180. 180. Stop.
An inside give, Brown. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a third and about 4 more for a first. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Here we go.
Burrow on play action. This one complete to Yoshivas. And the Bengals are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Gain of 8. That's another Bengals first down. First and goal at the 4-yard line.
On one, ready? Let's get set. Stop.
From the gun, a give to Brown. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
At the Steelers'
1-1, ready?
4-yard line.
Here we go.
Here's a give to Brown. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
This has not been a fun sequence for him at all. First and goal, no gain. Second and goal, he ends up losing yardage. He may be trying to talk him into getting the ball third time, but then it's going to be difficult for him to win that battle.
Third and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
Gun. Stop. Big stop.
Now Burrow. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest, I guess that was taken literally, because here they are in the final moments of the fourth, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
I'm not a big believer in 110%, but it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about what the optics show. They just want to finish the game off the way that they like to play it. Full speed, all out.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that zero on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board,